Let me tell you what a wild thing is. A wild thing is trying to winnow down everything that's going on in this movie into a neat little 3-sentence synopsis. But here goes. Matt Dillon plays Sam Lombardo, a former playboy turned respected educator whose life gets upended after being accused of a serious crime by a female student. Kevin Bacon is the cop investigating the allegations, but nothing is as it seems. A deep web of lies, greed, seduction, betrayal, and murder lies at the center of it all. So what can be said of 1998's Wild Things? Well, back in the day, a lot. I remember the movie being quite the topic of discussion, but not necessarily for how good it is. If you've seen Wild Things, one scene I'm sure you remember above all others. Hell, if you've only heard about Wild Things, I'm sure the one thing that you've heard about the movie is this scene. Of course, I'm talking about the menage a trois involving Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and Neve Campbell. It's a memorable scene, sure enough, but to say that it's the only noteworthy thing about this movie is just unfair. Firstly, Wild Things features a phenomenal cast. Matt Dillon is perfectly cast as Mr. Lombardo. You start out in his corner, rooting for his exoneration because he seems like a nice guy. At least you want him to be a nice guy. Bill Murray plays an ambulance chaser and the only attorney in Florida who will take Lombardo's case. Lucky for Lombardo, he's much smarter and far more cunning than he looks. Murray steals every scene that he's in. Neve Campbell plays Susie, the gothy girl from the wrong side of the tracks who's in way over her head. Or is she? Kevin Bacon's obsessive detective Duquette sums up the entire movie with this one line. People aren't always what they appear to be. And then you have Denise Richards. That's all I got. No, seriously, I think Denise Richards is a much better actor than she's been given credit for. Does she have the widest range? No, but who needs range when you look like that? In this movie, the weakest turn out to be the strongest. The most manipulative turn out to be the most manipulated. Forget about being two-faced. People here are 3- and 4-faced. Director John McNaughton and writer Stephen Peters weave a multi-layered yarn that for most of its runtime makes Wild Things a captivating and provocative thriller. However, Wild Things tries to be more clever than it has any business being, resulting in more twists during the final act than in every Shyamalan movie combined. There are so many double, triple, and quadruple crosses that it all just starts feeling silly. It's kind of like we were working together to screw her over, but secretly I was working with her to screw you over, but you saw that coming, so you started working with him to screw me over, but he started working with me to screw you over, only to discover in the final act that somebody who we had previously screwed has really screwed us all. Still, Wild Things is a well-made movie with a moody score, a killer cast, and more twists and turns than you can keep track of. Wild Things is also a bit of a time capsule of the late 90s, and it's brought back some good memories. As for this new limited edition 4K UHD release from Arrow Video, this release features both the theatrical and unrated versions of the film. The unrated version includes 6 additional minutes not seen in the theatrical cut. Everything comes inside this sturdy slipcase. There's the 4K disc. The sleeve is reversible, featuring newly commissioned artwork by Sam Hadley on one side and the original theatrical poster art on the other. We get 6 double-sided postcard-sized lobby card reproductions. We get an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by Ann Bilson and Sean Hogan. And we get a double-sided fold-out poster. As for the picture quality and audio quality, I thought Wild Things both looked and sounded stunning on this release. The 4K presentation is highly detailed and sports vivid colors. It's a hot movie, and I don't mean it like that. I mean it that you can tell everybody involved was roasting alive filming it down in southern Florida, because every sweat stain, every little bead of sweat on a character's brow is clear as a bell on this 4K restoration. The DTSD HD 5.1 audio track sounds full-bodied and immersive, perfectly complementing George S. Clinton's score. Overall, I'd give the picture quality a 4.5 out of 5 and the audio quality a 5 out of 5. As far as extras are concerned, first up we get an interview with John McNaughton. It's 26 minutes and 20 seconds in length. Mr. McNaughton discusses wanting to get back into mainstream cinema, being sent the script for Wild Things, location scouting in southern Florida, and how that turned out to be one of the strangest days of his life. He discusses wanting to give the audience exactly what they wanted: sex and violence. He discusses the revealing Kevin Bacon in the shower scene, which he calls Kevin's Bacon. Mr. McNaughton discusses casting, rehearsing, the crew falling ill from working in southern Florida in the summer heat, getting a kick out of the movie when he watches it today, and much more. Next, we get an interview with Denise Richards. It's 14 minutes and 4 seconds in length. Miss Richards discusses auditioning for Wild Things, loving the script, her character, and wanting to bring some humanity to the character. She discusses being intimidated by the demands of the role, the nudity. She discusses how excited she was to work with such a great cast, how much she loved John McNaughton, Bill Murray, and Kevin Bacon taking her under their wings, and how great Bill Murray was particularly. Miss Richards discusses how Wild Things changed her career, and much more. We get 4 minutes and 18 seconds of vintage on-set interviews with Kevin Bacon, Neve Campbell, John McNaughton, Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and Bill Murray. We get an understanding lawyer, which is outtakes with Bill Murray that are pretty humorous. We get a trailer and a still gallery. We get 2 audio commentaries, one with John McNaughton and Stephen A. Jones, and the other with John McNaughton and crew. This is an absolutely gorgeous limited edition 4K UHD release for Wild Things from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. Both the picture quality and the sound quality were fantastic. We get some nice new extras, and it all comes inside this beautiful limited edition packaging with a fold-out poster, the lobby card reproductions, the collector's booklet. It's a beautiful set. If you are a fan of Wild Things, this release needs to be in your collection. Let me know your thoughts on Wild Things down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Thank you to all my patrons and channel members. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and have a say in what content appears on my channel. Join me for monthly live streams and much more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.